Keeping your eyes closed, we're briefly going to do a scan through the body just to ensure that it's comfortable and relaxed. So you can start with the toes and work your way up, or you can start with your head and work your way down. And literally as though you were going through a scanner, noticing the muscles, consciously relaxing them. Take about 2 or 3 minutes. Just be completely aware of the body and consciously allow yourself to relax. And then checking in with your posture. If you're on a chair, legs hip width apart. If you're on the floor, folded loosely, not tightened too close to your body. And whether you're on a chair, whether you're on the floor, ensure your spine is upright. Shoulders are gently rolled back and out, opening your lungs to receive oxygen, opening your heart, chin parallel to the ground, keeping your hands with your palms facing upwards, closer to your body. As though there's a golden beam of light extending through your spine, going down from your sit bone into the earth and up the top of the crown of your head, extending upwards towards the heavens.
keeping you tall and straight, supported and comfortable. Once we've ensured the body is comfortable, we can turn our attention to our minds. And to go back into that watchful awareness. The mind is defined as a flow of thoughts, just as a river is a flow of water. If we were sitting on the banks of the river, we would see the water flowing past us. We wouldn't see where it came from. We wouldn't see where it goes. We would just see it for that brief duration that it flows in front of us. Seeing the mind as the river and our thoughts as the water passing. We may not know where they've come from, where they go. We just notice it for the brief period that it's in our awareness. If we were sitting on the banks of the river, watching the water flow, we wouldn't catch any of the water. We don't direct the flow of the water. We don't analyze the water or make judgment on it. We're simply watching it flow. It's not doing anything with the water, and this allowing the flow to be what it is, and just the observing of the flow we refer to as Sakshi Bhav. For the next few moments, just observe. Can observe noticing a sound. Observe reaction to noticing the sound. We don't know where the thoughts come from. We don't know where they go. We don't hold on to any of them or direct them. Just see them when they're there. And if there's nothing to see, we see that as well. Just stay in watchful awareness. If you get lost with the thoughts, just bring yourself back. If it helps, see yourself sitting on the banks of a river, watching the water flow. Let the river become your very mind. Watch the thoughts flow. Stay in watchful awareness. Take a deep breath in. Gently, slowly breathe out. Om. Shanti. 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 Bring your hands in front of your heart in prayer position. Bring your chin to your chest and bow down. And in whatever way is comfortable to you, return back to open eyes. So this technique that we've just done now is the one that we are taught in Upanishads and is the ultimate technique in meditation. Every other technique will bring us to this one. So usually when we have a thought, we do one of two things. We either encourage the thought or we resist the thought. So something like, if there's a thought, cup of coffee would be nice. Then encouraging the thought is thinking, oh, where should I get the coffee from? Which one should I get later? Call a friend and I'll have the coffee with the friend because it's always nicer to share it with someone. So there was one thought, and then that one thought became all these thoughts. It reminded me of a friend, it reminded me of the shop, it reminded me of last time I had that coffee, that was a really good coffee, and then I should go. And so it becomes a story. So one thought becomes a story. And this can happen with something as simple as I want coffee, or I have to go pick up my laundry. And it happens even more when it's an emotional thought. Emotional thought, how can she say that? Then you remember what she said, and then the story that we create in our mind with that is very long. And when it's an emotional thought, it may not be two separate thoughts. So when it was, I want coffee, which one should I get? Those are two different thoughts. With an emotional thought, very often the two thoughts are, how dare she do that? And then the second thought is, how dare she do that? It might feel like it's one thought because it's the same sentence, but I actually think it so many times. And so it's actually far more than, I want coffee, where should I go? That's actually just two thoughts. But how could she say that? 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 Can be 10 thoughts in a fraction of like 2 seconds. And if somebody asks you, what are you thinking? You'll say only one sentence. But you had 10 thoughts. Just because they the same 10 sentence doesn't mean they're not different thoughts. So encourage the thought means it grows. The thought grows to become more thoughts. So I want a cup of coffee is the thought, and I can encourage the thought. I feed the thought. So the idea or the example that is given is, if you want to swing, then somebody pushes you, then that swing will go for quite a while. So encourage is, all you have to do is push that thought and it will keep going. In fact, then to stop it becomes hard. So encourage and resist. So I want a cup of coffee. No. I have to quit caffeine. Don't even think about coffee. Two thoughts? No, I have to quit. Don't even think about coffee. But the force with which I do that is pushing the swing. And so it will generate a whole lot of new thoughts. The minute I resist, like that resist is that force, like literally you can put your hands together and can be quite gentle, right? When we put our hands together. And then if you really push and really, really, really push against each other, please do. Like really push, like with all your strength, push. You'll feel it all the way up here. Hopefully you could feel it all the way up there. So physically, resist means so much is going on. Mentally, the same thing happens. I think I'm thinking just two thoughts, but the force with which I'm resisting creates a lot of momentum. Okay, so there's a acronym. You use a word to remember something. So the word is Rivaj. It's an Indian word. And Rivaj means tradition. This is our thinking tradition. R E V A J. Rivaj. So resist. E is encourage. Then the other thing we do, and you probably noticed it when you were meditating now, so you verbalize. Verbalize means just keep talking. Oh, the phone's ringing. Oh, there's sound from the window. Oh, the AC's on. Maybe not the O. Don't need to have the O. You just say out things. In your own mind, I'm feeling sleepy. Do we really need to say that? But we say it. I already know I'm feeling sleepy because it's me feeling sleepy, but I say to myself, I'm feeling sleepy. When will she finish is not verbalizing. That's a thought. Verbalizing is something that need not be said. But we don't like the quiet, and so we fill it up. And remember, Rivaj means tradition. This is just something that we've been doing, and we continue to. It's become a habit over a period of time. So the minute there's words, it's now a thought. The phone is ringing, now became a thought. So there's a gradation of verbal activity. So sometimes you feeling and having a sense of something, but there's no words. That's also a thought, but when you put a word to it, that becomes a more solid thought. And then if you repeat that, it becomes even more solid of a thought. So in meditation, what we're trying to do is make it less solid. So verbalizing solidifies thoughts. R was resist, E was encourage, V was verbalize, A, analyze. We analyze whatever we're thinking. So let's say you randomly think of an elephant while I told you to meditate. Why am I thinking of an elephant? Does it mean anything? Maybe it's Ganesha. Maybe it's a blessing. Maybe I saw a TV show. Maybe there was an elephant. Why am I thinking of an elephant? We go into this whole analyzing. Now, thinking of elephant is funny and you're all smiling. You think of the person who said something that hurt you. Why did she say that? Am I like that? Am I inviting toxic people into my life? Half an hour later, you wake up from the chair and you didn't meditate at all. Like zero meditation. All you did was go into your head about why did that happen and how did that happen and next time what does it mean? Analyze. And the last one is judgment. The J is for judgment. We're constantly making judgments. One of the judgments we make is, I like, I don't like. I like the technique she did last week. Don't really like this one. Last week was better. She mustn't be feeling so well today. I like, I don't like. Or I like. Oh, this is really good. I'm glad I came. So I don't like is one judgment. But we can make a few other judgments too. We can make judgments of rights and wrong. We can make judgments of what we think should be and shouldn't be. Lots of different judgments we can make. So, this rivaj in the seat of meditation is what we are trying to dismantle. Usually traditions are followed. In meditation, tradition of normal thinking, we're trying to undo. So when we talk about witness the thoughts flowing like a river, then what we're doing is noticing the thought. And when I say notice a thought, it would be something like, if I'm on my mobile phone and I'm very engrossed with sending out this email that's very urgent, and then somebody walks into the room and I lift my eyes, see them, and bring my eyes back. How often in the day do you do that? That's notice the thought. How long did it take me? If I'm on the phone and I'm highly engrossed and I look up and I follow the person, I've engaged. Because all I had to do was this. Look back. All I had to do was acknowledge that it's there. If I look up and I think, ooh, resist. I look up and think, who is that? What are they doing here? Analyzing or verbalizing, and then judgments. Of course, when you look at a person, plenty judgment. What did I have to do? That's all. Notice it came. Let it go when it wants to go. I don't have to usher it out. I don't have to entertain it while it's there. The more you entertain a thought, the more it will come. Gurudev gives the example of, let's say somebody comes to visit you, and you sit down and you talk to them and you give them tea and you give them biscuits and samosas and you make them feel very at home. Will they go? And how likely are they to come back? They'll come back, right? You were so nice to them. When we entertain a thought, they come back. You don't entertain somebody, they come to your house, you look at them, you look back down at what you're doing. Will they stay long? Will they come back? We only go where we get attention. And our thoughts are just like us. So, we're practicing not giving attention by just observing. So, notice the thought, let it go. If it helps, you can notice if you are encouraging, resisting, verbalizing, analyzing, judging.